And Jacob was left alone, and there he wrestled with a man until the breaking of the day. Listen to what I'm saying. The fight did not start until he was left alone. There are situations where you are stripped off people, or people are stripped off you, that you will cry, but it is God positioning you to know him. Are you following what I'm saying? That point you get to, that you are left alone. That point, that is alone now. That point, that point, as simple as we are saying it, it is a tough point for many to get to. Is alone now fasting. Is alone now seeking the face of God. You can get to that point through obedience to the promptings of the Spirit, or God allows situations of life get you to that point. Adversity can make you be alone. Obedience can make you be alone. If you would not choose the way of obedience, then God is not going to bring adversity, but he will permit it. That is, he will step aside and say that go and check him out. The devil, if the prince of this world had known, they will not have crucified the Lord of glory. See, listen, the devil is a schoolmaster. When he thinks he's afflicting believers, he's actually assisting the purpose of God in the life of believers. Any way, anyhow, for a man that God has decided to walk with to be alone is a blessing. Look at all the life of Jacob, all the life since the father blessed him, he went to wander this. Finally, and Jacob was alone. The moment he was alone, we found out God couldn't wait. Some of you need to be alone this December. 3 days. 3 days. Alone with God. And because you are not used to being alone, it's not your thing. So you discover that when you come to that point of being alone to read the Bible, it is weird. You don't know when you pick your mobile phone again. Stop it. Be alone. The phone is a world you escape into. Maybe the screen is broken now, so you can be alone. Maybe it's now lagging, and when you press it will stay long, so you can be alone. Maybe you can't even afford to buy data now, so you can be alone. Maybe the network of your house is exceptionally bad, so you can be alone. Don't escape. Don't run. Don't dodge. Don't hide. Don't emotionally hide yourself. God wants to catch you in the corner. The most beautiful things in our life, they are bettered when we are alone. That's where you hear clearly, pure streams. Many of us are in the midst of noise, agitations, by this, by that. Too many comparison on the internet. People who are ahead, those who are behind, and you forget that people post their best on the internet, and you feel you are behind in God's purpose because you are not alone. Comparing themselves with themselves, they become fools because you are not alone. The instruction God has, listen to what I'm saying. The moment there is a pregnancy a Mary is carrying, you cannot carry that pregnancy to the midst of crowd. You must carry that pregnancy to an Elizabeth who knows what it means to be alone. There are instructions that will die once you take them to where the crowd are. Even correct instructions will look wrong because it's not at their level of maturity. Be careful who check what God is saying with you, particularly those who are loud, who are not walking in that level of devotion to God. When people, I tell people, see, people ask me, church growth is it? I said, see, have a structure to have moments in your life that you bolt the door behind you and throw away the key, seeking just one thing: light. If you look at the tabernacle of old, in the holies of holies, there's no light there. The light of that place is the presence of God. When you journey away from the noise and the cares of life, you come to that place where the illumination you will receive is God. If you come out from that place, you come out with that revelation. The first thing, go and check, pray, see God gives you instruction. The moment you come out, the first thing you face is adversity, whose target is to kill the instruction. You can come out with a major word for 2024. You just can't tell the reason why your husband begin to misbehave, or your wife begin to misbehave, or your children begin to misbehave, because the seed that fell on the rock is like one that receives the word, and then the sun comes, which is adversity, but because it has no root, it dies. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't just bear shoot upwards, bear root downwards. Root is a lone journey, shoot is in the midst of crowd. Listen to what I'm saying. Growth is two ways: shoot and root, and what? Shoot. If you can preach better, they will say you have grown. It's not true. Root first is that we now know your prayer time has increased. That's root. Nobody is saying that. Your study time has increased. That's root. Nobody is saying that. Your consecration has increased. That's root. Nobody is saying that. Your worship has increased. That's root. Nobody is saying that. When you have root, you will have shoot. Many people for the past 10 years, God has not been able to get you alone. Oh, this job, this one is not working, that job. You have never paused and asked, what will you have me do? And amazingly, that was the first question of Paul when Jesus encountered him. Lord, what will you have me do? If that's the question you can ask in this season, what should I do next? What's the next thing, Lord? What do you want from me? I know what it means to be alone for years. 7 years. I want to share a bit of my story. We finished campus, we all had plans. Had plans. Things we could do. Alright, had plans. I already started high in London University of Tropical Medicine for masters. And my roommate, that we all were pastors in that room, called all of us at devotion in the morning, and he said, I had a vision overnight, and he said, I saw all of us walking in a vineyard, and when it was time and everyone were submitting their cutlasses, he said, you and I came to submit ours last, and the owner of the vineyard said, we still have 2 more years to work. So we separated ourselves, 3 days dry fasting, sought the face of God, and God said, stay with me in this land for another 2 years in fasting and prayer daily. So I began that 2 years. All right, because we began to ask ourselves, how are we going to survive? We have men, this is, you know what that means? It means all our colleagues have gone for service and they were uploading pictures. And after service, because I was the pastor, campus pastor, all right, the people you prayed for on campus, even your juniors have gone, and they are coming back to that same environment and they are meeting you there. And sometimes when you go for their meetings and they preach, they are stylishly telling others how not to be like you. Because when you say except a grain of first fall down to the ground and die, you go, do you know what that means? No, you don't know the approach until you know that. Go and check, go to the mortuary, see how they treat dead bodies. You will wonder, there was a time this person was alive. They will put the person there on the slab. This is watch this, the nakedness is open. When there's death, there's shame, and it is part of the growth process. Tell me you are strong if you have not faced death. Do you know what it means to die? Not fainting. At the point where there's no form of comeliness, where people can almost write and put full stop. How are the mighty falling? But that's when God is just inventing a story. And I remember in the midst of that situation, many times I will wake up in the morning and this one is saying, we have gone for lectures, we have gone to work, and I will be in the room and I will hold the window of the room and shake it. Lose me now, let me go. I'm not a lazy man. An instruction is binding you. You will heard it. You can't see the one who said it, and you know you can't jump out because you have signed a deal.